Welcome to Speaking Practice. Today we're going to practice talking about homes and renting. Here's how it works. I'll ask you a question, then you'll hear a pause. During the pause, answer out loud. After the pause, you'll hear a model answer. Don't worry if your answer is different. There are many good ways to answer. We'll start easy with short answers, and then move to longer descriptions. Ready? Let's go. Let's warm up with some quick answers. Does Anna rent or buy her flat?
She rents her flat.
What does an estate agent do?
An estate agent helps you rent or buy a property.
Are the neighbors friendly?
Yes, the neighbors are very friendly.
How much is the flat per month?
It's £800 per month.
Is the wardrobe in the bedroom or in the hall?
The wardrobe is in the bedroom.
What keeps food cold?
The fridge keeps food cold.
Is the bathroom upstairs or downstairs?
The bathroom is upstairs.
Does the house have a garden?
Yes, there's a small garden.
Where do you put your clothes? In a cupboard or a wardrobe?
I put my clothes in a wardrobe.
What's on the windows, curtains or nothing?
There are curtains on the windows.
Is there a balcony in the flat?
Yes, there's a small balcony.
How many shelves are there in the kitchen?
There are 3 shelves in the kitchen.
Where is the mirror, in the bathroom or the bedroom?
The mirror is in the bathroom.
Does the house have a garage?
No, there's no garage, but there's parking outside.
Great job! Now let's build longer answers. Try to say 2 or 3 sentences. Tell me about the living room in Tom's flat. What furniture is there?
There's a big sofa and a fireplace in the living room. There are curtains on the windows. It's his favorite room.
Anna wants to rent a flat. What questions should she ask the estate agent?
She should ask, how much is it per month? She should also ask, is it a good place to live? And, are there any bad things?
Describe the kitchen in Maria's house. What's in it?
There's a big fridge in the kitchen. There are cupboards and shelves on the walls. Maria spends a lot of time in the kitchen.
What's the difference between upstairs and downstairs in the house?
Well, the bedrooms and bathroom are upstairs. Downstairs, there's the kitchen and the living room.
Tom is interested in a flat. He calls the estate agent. What does he say?
He says, I'm interested in the flat. I'd like to ask some questions. How much is it per month?
What are the good things and the bad things about Anna's flat?
Well, the good things are the neighbors are friendly and there's a lot of space. But there's no parking, and the cost is quite high.
Describe the bedroom. What furniture is there?
There's a big wardrobe for clothes. There's a mirror on the wall and a shelf for books. There are curtains on the windows.
Tell me about the outside of the house. What does it have?
The house has a garden with plants. There's a garage for the car. There's also a small balcony upstairs.
Does David want to rent a flat or buy a house? Why?
David wants to buy a house with a garden. He doesn't want to rent because the cost per month is too high. He wants a lot of space.
The estate agent asks, would you like to see the flat? What happens next?
You go to see the flat. You check the furniture in the rooms. You ask, what are the good things about the area?
You're doing really well. Now let's try some bigger challenges. I'll give you a hint about what to include in your answer. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention the rooms, furniture, and what's upstairs and downstairs. Your friend is looking for a flat. You saw a nice one yesterday. Describe it to your friend.
I saw a great flat yesterday. Downstairs, there's a big kitchen with a fridge and cupboards. The living room has a sofa and a fireplace. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms with wardrobes. There's a mirror in the bathroom. There's also a small balcony. The cost is $600 per month.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention the cost, the neighbors, the parking, and the good and bad things about the area. You're calling an estate agent about a flat you want to rent. Ask questions and describe what you need.
I'm interested in the flat. I'd like to ask some questions. How much is it per month? Is it a good place to live? What are the good things about the area? Are there any bad things? Is there parking? Are the neighbors friendly?
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now, a bigger challenge. Try to mention different rooms, where you spend a lot of time, and your favorite room. Use there's and there are. Describe the house where you grew up. What rooms were there? What was your favorite room?
The house had a big garden and a garage. Downstairs, there was a kitchen and a living room with a fireplace. Upstairs, there were 3 bedrooms. My favorite room was the attic. I spent a lot of time there. There was a shelf with books and a sofa. It was a great place to live.
Good. Now try again. Use some ideas from the model answer if you like. Now let's talk about your real life. Think about the rooms, the furniture, what's upstairs or downstairs, and your favorite room. Describe your home. What rooms do you have? What furniture is in them? What's your favorite room? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
I rent a flat in the city. There's a kitchen with a big fridge and cupboards. The living room has a sofa and curtains on the windows. My favorite room is the bedroom. There's a big wardrobe and a mirror on the wall. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen because I love cooking. There's also a small balcony where I sit in the evening.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Think about the cost, the neighbors, the area, and what's good and bad about where you live. Do you rent or own your home? What do you like about where you live? Are there any bad things? Here's an example of how I would answer this.
I rent a flat. It costs $700 per month. The neighbors are very friendly. That's one of the good things. There's parking outside and a garden. But there are some bad things too. The flat doesn't have a lot of space, and there's no fireplace. But it's a good place to live.
Now try one more time with your own answer. Amazing work! You just practiced talking about homes and renting, from single words all the way to full descriptions. That's real progress. A tip for you: pick one question from today and answer it again tomorrow. Try to add one more detail each time. See you next time on Speaking Practice. Keep talking.